Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to game one of Quincy Crew versus The Cut. Get this off my goddamn screen. This is horrific. Thank you. As we are in the game here, Shaggy's playing the new hero for the first time in 3 DPC tours. Suns fan, this one you're meant to ask me about the mid-caudal, and then I say, I'll believe it when I see it. This is Shaggy. He plays 3 heroes.
And what are those 3 heroes?
That would be Necro, Ember Spirit, and Void Spirit.
That doesn't sound like Keeper.
No, Keeper of the Light was not included in that list there, so we'll see. Maybe he's been practicing this. Looks like he's got silver tier.
How well would you say you know Shaggy? 1 to 10.
Very well. Like an 8.
An 8? How well do you know me?
Probably about an 8 as well.
Oh, so you know me as well as Shaggy?
Yeah, I mean, he messaged me literally as the draft ended, but I can't read what he said because it's...
If you could rate his personality 1 to 10, what would it be?
Oh, he's hysterical. He's a 10.
And what am I?
Probably 7.5.
Okay, I'll take it.
You were 8, and then there's the belch during the cast that you did.
That took a half point off just like that.
Yeah, it was just disgusting, just repugnant.
Yeah, you don't like that kind of thing.
No, I don't, of course.
So Quincy Crew versus The Cut. Quincy Crew are completely undefeated, not just in series, but in games. 10-0, and I'd have to go back and look, but most of their games, if not all, have been pretty one-sided past the laning stage.
Yeah, that is.
They have looked just unstoppable, and The Cut, obviously, towards the bottom of the list. If they lose out, then there's going to be a tiebreaker in all likelihood for the second to last spot of the DPC.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about these Shaggy teams and like somehow taking a game off of EG or series off of EG, game off of Nouns, whatever. Like they look really good in some situations, but then they end up getting relegated anyway. So it is one of those things where, like, if you're an NA Dota fan, you watch this, and you know when you see these names, it's like, okay, it is Quincy versus The Cut. The Cut should get shellacked, and they probably will. But you genuinely can't count out The Cut just because of the previous history of other tours of DPC. They could win.
Is there a player? I wonder if there's a stat we could get at some point. The player that's been relegated the most in any region.
Oh, jeez.
Do you think that would be an NA? Because there's a lot of recycling. There's
a lot of recycling, and I do feel like players would be stuck in Season 2. Like, even Shaggy and Jube were on a 3rd place Div 2 DPC team and then managed to snake their way onto weasel their way onto this The Cut and play in Div 1, and then end up owning and potentially not even being in the relegations, which is hilarious.
Yeah. Well, either way, their hopes to go into the major are obviously long gone, but still trying to stay alive in Div 1. And the panel kind of talked about... Do you have any inside information on the psyche of this team? Because panel kind of made it seem like there's a lot of internal issues. You don't need to leak anything,
Yes, I do,
obviously.
but I can't leak it.
Okay, but can you just sum it up? It's not good?
It's not good.
Okay.
It's not good.
But they're playing it out because of the money.
I don't know. I mean, of course, we all knew that it wasn't good. They said it in an interview. But I can tell you that Rajix and Afromoosh are close friends, and that's where this invitation happened. Was that so Afromoosh is on 2 base, which they're not doing very well in Div 2, but very close friends with Rajix, and so they felt like for better synergy, they would have him come onto the team, play the exact same heroes as B-God, apparently.
Well, yeah, speaking of B-God, I mean, I don't know much about him other than the few games that we've cast where he has been actually a god.
Yeah,
he is extremely skilled. I don't know how the personality, if there's a clash there, but I would expect him to show up on some team.
There's a personality clash there.
All right. Good to know.
One of many on The Cut.
Yeah.
Personality clashes, as they are actually winning the first 3 minutes of this laning stage, at least. Which is pretty typical in NA. We see this. A lot of the lower echelon teams will beat or at least break even with the upper echelon teams in laning phase because NA is very, very focused on laning. These guys are laning against each other in pubs all the time. So this is not abnormal.
Yep, you are playing the position 1 Dawnbreaker. It's going to be coupled up with Fada's Hoodwink. Are you surprised that... I mean, I guess Tusk is a 4, but Effie was kind of talking about the combo. Starbreaker tag team is pretty lethal, but going to be coupling up with Leslau instead.
This just doesn't surprise me, only because I feel like if you put Necro with the Hoodwink, it's like you kind of want a frontliner. Like, if Necro's a good game, this game, he's playing into Tiny Core, playing into Bristle Core. Like, he's going to absolutely pop off. He counters both of those heroes, hard counters. So you want your Necro to have a good game, and I think a Tusk lane is better for that than a Hoodwink.
Jubei, he has the Cold Embrace himself. After the tag team came through, MSS going to get a couple more pot shots on him.
I love these second skill points in Cold Embrace that everybody's doing on Winter Wyvern. Probably mostly because of the salve nerf. It feels a lot better. But against a physical damage 4 like Tusk, it feels even better.
Shaggy's pushing out the lane. I mean, he's doing pretty well. 29-0 in the mid lane.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't trust Shaggy.
Versus the Quinn DK, which is 26-8. So not too far behind. A lot more denies, and obviously some of these creeps, I'm sure, from Shaggy are in the neutrals. So what gives you zero faith in Shaggy's ability to play outside those 3 heroes?
I say this every single time I cast Shaggy, and people think, oh, Jenkins is hyping up his friend, whatever. He beats Abed in lane. He has beat in this tour Abed in lane. His laning is phenomenal. That's not the problem. He's a psychopath outside of laning, especially with heroes that he's not comfortable on. You know, if you watch him play an Ember Spirit, it's like he really tests the limits with things, you know? He'll just be in your tier 2 or tier 3 at, I don't know, 11 minutes in. You're like, what the hell is he doing there? How is he getting picked off there? Like, he pushes the limits, which means he needs to play a lot of a hero to feel good on it. So
I mean, we were casting him on Necro, which is one of his best heroes, if not his best hero.
It's probably his best hero, yeah.
And he was doing the same thing, just diving the tier 1s and just sitting back, and he would just die.
Yeah.
High risk, high reward type player.
For sure. Yeah, he's high risk, high reward. Definitely. I do want to mention, actually, Fada this season, I feel like has looked amazing as the setup comes out.
Yep. Maybe a little caster cursor. He's taking a lot of damage. Acorn Shard to follow, though, as you are. I think I called it Acorn Shard. I don't know if you noticed that
I did not notice, surprisingly. Usually notice Shard. Actually, the problem with Shards is you don't notice them.
That is true.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Eventually.
Issue. Yeah. Or somebody else does, and then
that's right.
There's a problem.
Leslau doing decently well in this bot lane.
And SMD goes for the full hood. I don't know what in Gaben's name that is hanging off. Oh, there it goes. Okay, thank God.
Typical cosmetic. It's all good.
Yeah.
But what kind of a game are you looking for? I mean, it feels like Scourge, he plays the same few heroes.
He does.
When we cast, at least. I don't know if that's the case, but throughout the whole tour. Does this feel like a good Bristle game? Because you talked about the interaction with Necro.
That break on Hoodwink as well.
Yeah. Do they have a... I mean, I would assume a Spirit Vessel is what Leslau will eventually go for.
And he's building into that.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, I think it's a tough... I think it's a tough Bristle game. But a lot of people think Bristle carry is insanely OP just because the timing at which you get, like, the BKB Ags, you just outpace any of these heroes that counter you. And you right-click incredibly hard. So it's not really so much about his Bristleback and his Quills. It's really about his right-click damage. And so, yeah, I think Bristle as a hero, it's not as easy to counter as a position 1 because of the amount of farm that you get.
Shaggy. Gonna get gone on a bit here by MSS, but Jubei is in the area. Shaggy already has his Boots of Travel, so obviously there's only so much you can do against this Dragon Knight who's already brought this tier 1 tower to half HP. And you can see Quinn with the Treads, Bracer, so super tanky. First item will be the Blink Dagger. Not that far away, honestly, only 1,000. Bushwhack from Fata, but he is a bit surrounded. Illuminate's gonna clip him. Arcane Bolt to follow. Solar Guardian is coming as well. Try to heal him a bit as they're gonna turn this around onto Afron. That was First Blood, I just realized. Wow. Quincy crew, First Blood at 8 minutes.
Yeah, and that was the stand-in that got First Blood, so we'll be getting B-God back next game, it looks like. No, that's... Yeah, I mean, well played by Quincy, baiting with the Dawnbreaker ult. It looked like Fada should have died there. He was very caught out, but Quincy, they didn't want to let him die. Using 2 cores to protect him and actually get some First Blood. So, yeah, pretty cool. All of that. Oh.
Yeah, Snowball in the bot lane. Scourge is going to be a pretty difficult kill. Just has his back to them. Is now TP in from Afro. Looks like they're just going to turn around to MSS. Slow to a crawl. Scourge gets credit for that one.
And he has no boots. Going for Vanguard plus the hood.
Oh, that's super tank mode then.
So yeah, he's that says to me that he's confident that they win late game, because otherwise you'd be rushing for this like Ags or BKB timing. Like BKB, so you can't get scythed, and all of this magic damage for Quincy, the break from Hoodwink, and then Ags, because like that is the timing that you would usually end the game on, or try to end the game on. Like the typical thing you see is you get Ags on Bristle into the Roshan immediately. So he builds a lot of these small items. He's like, I just need to survive, and we're gonna win late game, which might be true with Bristle. I mean, he does like 600 plus right click damage. It is a shitload.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower is
I mean, having said that, I feel like at least from the games that we've cast, it has historically not been a great win percentage outside of that last series, which it was losing for Nouns against the Alchemist.
It looked good though. That's more of like an early game Bristle too, like less so of a like the mid Bristle. I feel like is a bit different.
Yeah, that's true. Going with the haste rune, making his way towards. So we'll go back into the jungle. As Fata finds Shaggy in the tree, so this rotation is going to be not the greatest from him. As Blink Dagger now online for Quinn. We'll see if there's Shaggy.
Great. He's hiding in the tree. It's just like he's hiding behind under his desk.
Yeah. What is the reason, the actual reason for doing that? Have you asked anybody?
I don't know. I don't.
We should use that as an actual interview question.
We never questioned it on Arkosh, because he did this to us too. Like,
oh, Rajik's in a bit of a pickle here. Gonna get snowballed in on, bushwhacked, and surrounded. Oh, gets the toss off though. But eventually will be brought down. Does have the avalanche.
Oh.
Maybe shouldn't speak so soon.
I think if there's a bit of a... He clicked to the other side of the trees before tangoing where he wanted to juke. I think if that didn't happen, he might have actually been able to juke there. That's a ping issue right there.
And that is a juicy stack.
Yes,
for
it is.
Scourge. We're going to have a Solar Guardian in the mid lane, so Afro is going to be the recipient of that one.
And the beneficiary of that.
The beneficiary, yep.
There's a lot of neutral items. This is my favorite thing about farming the ancient stacks, is that you always... Like every single tier 1 item tends to drop.
And Spirit Vessel now online. So Quincy crew with that Blink Dagger on Quinn and Spirit Vessel for Leslau. Looking to get a bit active. And I mean, they do have a much higher tempo type lineup that maybe doesn't... I mean, you can answer that yourself if you want. Doesn't scale as well, potentially, as the cut side.
It's very hard to say these days in Dota, because I feel like Dawnbreaker... Have you been Starbreakered in the late game by like a Deso Dawn? I mean, that shit one-shots you. It really feels like it does a lot of damage. And then Necro, like, hyper late game, when you get the Ags and you get Heartstopper talent, like, eventually he just... of course he scales, right? It's percentage damage, and you can't mitigate it through anything because it's HP removal. So Necro is phenomenal, and you've got the Reaper Scythe, which benefits from all of your other scaling because it's just percentage damage. So yeah, I don't know. I mean...
well, look, okay, answer this then. As Fata getting quite low. Uses the Sharpshooter to get to the other side of the trees, but Rajik showing off that Blink Dagger will finish him off. But it feels like, other than a pick-off here or there, both teams are kind of... They feel like they're fine just farming for the time being, which I feel like, just from a skill standpoint, would favor Quincy crew.
I agree. I mean, my personal thoughts towards it, I think Quincy's lineup probably scales better. But it looks like to me, from how the cut is playing, that they believe their scales better, which is why I'm not saying for sure Quincy scales better, because these players are better than me. So, but I would say, like, yeah, I feel like you go late game against Quincy, Necro's going to beat the Bristle and the Tiny, the Coddle mid's going to kind of fall off. There's jump for him. Dawnbreaker can like queue in with the 2 Starbreaker charges and a Blink Dagger and a Deso on top of the Coddle. I've seen Coddles just die in one shot to that. Like even core Coddles, you get on top of him and he dies, and there's no way for you to escape when she does start swiping at you. And he's going for the BKB first, actually. So
wow.
Not even Echo Saber.
Wow. So yeah, that's going to be go time, I would assume, because they haven't really done that much with this Blink Dagger on Quinn, or the Spirit Vessel for that matter. Still 0 charges on it for Lesla, because I mean, you can look at the kill score right now. Quinn, he's going to be spotted, so smoke going to be wasted in the end. very passive, I want to say, from both sides.
Yeah.
A slower paced game than I was expecting based on, I mean, these lineups look like they want to fight constantly.
Yeah, they do. Both sides waiting for a timing. Quincy, I think BKB on Dawnbreaker is probably solid because he's rushing it.
Yep, Leslout. That is a lot of damage. Avatos with the Mystic Flare. A nice pick off for the cut. As Rygix will get a nice tip off, and they'll take the tier 1 tower as well.
Wait, he died to a neutral creep, dude.
What?
He died to a neutral.
You're kidding.
Yeah. A satyr. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Wait. Dude, it was a little one.
Yeah, the other ones were...
Oh my god, dude, if he avalanched the satyr campus wall, that wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, because it stuns.
Because it would stun him. That's so funny. Wow. That's a rough pickoff. Like, because that's a big hero to kill at this point.
Yep, it is.
Necro can like surpass this threshold where you just can't burst them anymore. So you want to start killing them. You want to get that ball rolling.
How much damage do those things do? Like after armor reduction and all that, it's probably
I think like
3 damage.
It's like 11. Yeah, they do like 11 total. I'll see if I can find another one of these camps now.
So 11 with armor reduction and all that on top.
Yeah, that would be right. So like 5 damage.
Another smoke up from the cut. Hopefully they don't lose this out to a neutral creep. Yawar already used his combo, and you're seeing the combo come to fruition for the cut. It's not quite enough to get the kill, as a counter initiation is there from Quinn. Yawar gets the hammer off and just gets out of range of the Illuminate, and you can see the punish onto the cut now as Afro dies. Luckily they'll not lose more. As I say that though, Jubei looks to be dead himself. So nice turnaround from Quincy Crew, and I actually cannot believe he lived through all that, says Yawar.
So Rygix is going for the greedy combo of blinking in and then tossing and avalanching at the same time, because that way you get the kill instead of the Skywrath Mage a lot of the time. The way that normally people do this combo right now with the tiny offlane in the sky, as okay, 2 ships passing in the night, as they say, is that usually it's a toss, it's a slow toss into... Because you see how he walks out of the Mystic Flare? Mm-hmm. You do the slow combo instead of the fast combo. You avalanche. Once the avalanche is done, then you toss. You can actually get about 2 ticks of the avalanche.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so he went for the greedier combo to try to steal the kill.
It's a very stupid question. Why do you need to toss first? Why can't you avalanche? They can't move
you should avalanche first. I'm saying that's...
But you can delay the toss.
Yes, you delay the toss because then you get a longer stun duration with your Skywrath. Because your Skywrath is the damage dealer, right? When you're tiny in this combo, you're not the damage dealer. I'm saying Rygix is choosing to do the combo quickly so he can get the kill. Mm-hmm. Which is better if you do get the kill, but then if they walk away like that because you're lacking the Mystic Flare damage, then obviously it's not good.
Right.
So I would imagine on the next one, he probably goes for the slow combo.
Well, he'll have an Echo Saber soon enough, so maybe it will be enough anyway.
It's also easier. It's also easier for the Skywrath to get in range if you start with the Avalanche.
True.
I'm a huge proponent of this slow combo.
So they do not get that kill on Yawar, and they don't get the kill on Lesla because of the neutral creep. That is actually 2 massive kills.
Yes.
That the cut should have.
But SMD's got that Ags this whole time. His team's just been making space for him.
True.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And has the Ogre Club component ready to buy from that upcoming BKB. And you can see in the net worth, he is decently far away from everybody else. So #1 in net worth, Scourge, as always, doing a great job of farming.
Yep.
And they're going to try to turn this into the first Roche of the game.
Classic. This is a classic combo at this point. You get the Aghanim Scepter on Bristle, you immediately run into Roche, because the enemy team, you know they just want to avoid this timing. It's like one of the strongest timings in all of Dota, and then it's also a timing that gives you Roche on advantage, ability to, because it gives you 7 stacks instead of like 5. I think it's 5, it's on the max. So yeah, free Roche. No team really looks to contest this.
They are smoking.
Oh, maybe.
Quinn jumps into the pit, and there's the Solar Guardian to follow. Avalanche doing a little bit, but there's the curse. It's a little bit too late, though. And you can see Lesla ends up getting the kill onto Rygix as finally the snatch comes out from Quinn. He takes the Aegis, and Scourge McDuck falls. So at least Roshan goes to favor of the cut. But at this stage, obviously the Aegis is going to have a bigger impact on the game. So a great job from Quincy Crew.
Yeah, that was sick timing from them. as they want to go for more.
Yep, MSS jumping into the trees is going to get blinding lit, maybe. Is MSS and company going to try to focus on Shaggy? He's extremely fast. Spirit Vessel applied to him. Might have to focus on Jubei instead. So that is the consolation for now as Shaggy TPs to safety.
The timing that Quincy went to, like, they didn't jump in at the start of this Roche fight. They waited until it was low enough that the cut felt like they had to commit for it. Like, you can just see SMD, he's just hitting the Roche desperately to try to get the Aegis. So, yeah, just very impeccable timing from when they jumped in and all of the spell casting that they did in the fight, too.
Yep, and probably didn't matter since he was super low, but he did get broken towards the end of his life there. I would assume it's a sharpshooter. I don't think there's anything else.
Yeah.
But that is a very good answer to the Bristleback as well.
That's massive for Quincy too, because like that's the timing that Bristle's supposed to be the strongest at, and that you're supposed to get that Roche.
Yeah. Oh, MSS. He's gonna get the Walrus punch onto Shaggy. Blocks him inside. A nice bushwhack onto 2 is Rygix. Gonna get gone on now. Sharpshooter coming in from the back line. You can see Scourge McDuck trying to do as much damage as he can with his Aghanim Scepter. He'll find one as you are attempting to use his ult to get out. He'll buy a little bit of distance, but still falls in the end. And Quinn jumping back in, looking for the support. Jubei is dead. So 3 for 2 as this fight will end here.
Bit of a fogging situation there right at the end. Yeah, I mean, they lose Yuar on Quincy, but they get the kill on Shaggy. I think that is his first death of the game. Yep, they've been, Shaggy's been running around very quickly, being a pain in the ass for a lot of these fights, so that kill probably feels pretty good from them. But Yuar is kind of falling behind. This is, it is a bit of a problem. Because going late game, he is the big, like, physical damage core. Until DK gets like 2 extra items, it doesn't really feel like he's a crazy late gamer. But Quinn's game, I mean, it's Quinn. He's having a really solid game, so maybe he will carry.
Yeah, I mean, Quincy crew as a whole have a 6K advantage now, so you're right that they don't really have that much of an answer for Scourge outside of the sharpshooter because he is just farming so out of control, but on average, Quincy crew are more farmed. As the gank attempt, and yep, you said it.
That's a slow combo.
You did it the way that you wanted. So big kill for the cut. As Fata uses the sharpshooter to get a little extra distance there, but now the focus is on this tier 2 tower, and we should mention that the Aegis on Quinn isn't exactly the best. I mean, obviously he snatches, so that's great, but a DK Aegis typically not going to be super valuable.
Kind of useless, yeah, kind of useless. Without Dragon Form, you have like 0 carry threat whatsoever. I mean,
what's the... I'm not saying Ags is bad on Dragon Knight, but is there a specific reason that he wants to get it this game?
I think it's
like this fast.
It's really good for kiting Bristle. Like, it slows you to hell. And Bristle, all you have to do is run away from him while he's slowed. Tiny as well, it's good against him. Like, you just take this really long fight. Also, it gives you magic resistance, which is always nice.
I think it's only like 20% now, right?
Yeah, but it's a flat 20 on top of what you already have, so that's pretty nice. Pretty solid.
So Quincy solid with a 5K lead now, and I don't know if they're gonna use this Aegis. It's only up for another 50 seconds, and they're gonna try. So smoking up, still 600 away from finishing the Ags on Quinn as you are ready to come in with that Solar Guardian. Has the BKB at his ready, and it's like Deso's on his list for next items, but that's a big pickup. Scourge has his BKB, so we'll see if they want to fight back. Obviously, they've timed out this Aegis, so they have an idea that they're probably going to be in this area. Quinn pops the BKB instantly. Sharpshooter not really doing that much as Afro looks like he's going to drop to the right click of Quinn. As Lazao getting beat on by Scourge McDuck, buys himself a little bit of time thanks to the Ghost Shroud. Nice bushwhack keeping Scourge at bay. Avalanche toss from Rygix. Quinn's extremely low HP. Solar Guardian not really healing much as Quinn just slowed to a crawl. Actually gets his blink off as Jubei gets deleted by the Reaper Scythe. And the fight now perhaps ending here in a 2-for-0 in favor of Quincy crew. Aegis now gone.
Yeah, it feels to me like Quincy, they want to take good jumps. Like, if you can jump on a support to start the fight and, you know, fight a 4v5, they're more than willing to fight, but SMD is looking pretty strong, man. You do have to be a little careful here.
Yep. Oh, that's a big avalanche toss onto 2. MSS is going to stay alive a little bit longer as the Axe is delivered to Quinn. He is slowed so heavily. Mystic Flare. Oh, he gets out just barely. So many missed opportunities for the cut this game. It's actually insane. As Yawar getting chased, but they have enough CC to keep Scourge in the back.
Man, that feels bad. It's a mix of, like, Quincy are just playing the fights mechanically extremely well. Like, Quinn calculating that there are no stuns and that he doesn't think that they have enough damage to kill him, so he TPs out. And then, as well, MSS blinks out, too, because SMD is going for the bigger kill here. He wants Quinn, who barely manages to escape. If he doesn't TP, he is for sure dead.
Yeah, we have the Dragon Tail Solar Guardian combo, and yeah, we didn't need all those, but
yeah.
Quincy crew will get the kill. They really hate Jubei, apparently.
Uh-oh, Shaggy.
Yeah, this is a high priority target, but looks like Shaggy's fine.
Okay. Did get the wave. So, and Rajix is cutting the next one, too. So, yeah, this is not going to be much of a push from Quincy. Nice wave control from the cut, and Shaggy TP's right up to top.
And such annoying here. He has an E-Blade, by the way, so going for the burst potential. Well, what's the item after this for Caudle?
Probably Hex, I would say. So they can chain stun one of these, like, tankier heroes on Quincy. I don't think they're going to kill a DK before he gets BKB off and just an Avatos, especially because you can now BKB the... you can BKB during the Ava, so that combo is kind of nullified by BKB if the Avatos. So a Hex for the chain stun, for sure. I don't really see any other big option for him. Never mind, he's going for a Dagon. Very good, Shaggy. That's good.
I was going to mention, is he a Dagon lover?
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, E-Blade Dagon, they go hand. It's like peanut butter and jelly. You can't go wrong.
See, okay. Here's my thought process. You already have a lot of magic damage in the sky.
Yeah.
You know, I don't feel like you need the Dagon.
I think they want to blow up the Necro.
Yeah, I guess so.
Avalanche, Rajix tossed back into Scourge, and Fata is dead. Eternal Shroud now on Scourge. So you're going to get a little bit of spell lifesteal and perhaps get some mana back while that's activated. One of my favorite items in the game, by the way.
The Eternal Shroud.
Underrated. What did I say?
No, that's what you said. I'm just saying it's your favorite, one of your favorite items.
Did you say unternal?
No, I didn't say unternal.
You sure?
No. Now I'm not sure. Why do you like this item so much?
Spell lifesteal's cool.
Yeah. What about the component of giving you mana?
Yeah, it's pretty cool, especially on the old Centaur. Or Pudge.
I like it on Pudge.
I mean, it's the same concept, right?
Thing.
You're hurting yourself, getting mana back.
Centaur doesn't need the mana.
Yeah, but it's still cool. Avatos and the Ancient Seal doing the amplified damage. They're able to get one kill, but you can see Rajix
stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Oh, man. Took the words right out of my gullet as Quinn getting slowed. Several stacks of goo. He's going to go to the high ground, pops the BKB. Now trying to turn it around to Scourge McDuck, and the Solar Guardian is coming. He can get cold embraced. Going to try to set this up for a nice Starbreaker. He's going to pop his BKB, though, as the curse is applied to Quinn. And now Scourge McDuck starting to go absolute ham on this Dragon Knight, which is ironic because he is a piece of ham. Bristle is a pig.
Yeah, I get that. I thought you would continue after. Am I supposed to laugh? What does Cinder normally do?
Yeah, he laughs.
Okay.
There you go. You're learning.
Yeah, porker.
A real porker.
Yeah, juicy pork. He's feeling pretty beefy this game, though, despite being pork.
Yeah.
Hasn't died in quite some time, and with the help of the Winter Wyvern and the Cold Embrace, he is...
He's going for Abyssal. Like,
problem.
Is Shard not prioritized at all? Is it because the next Roche is going to drop it?
It's that second Roche, baby. You're damn right. That's what he's thinking about. I mean,
so if Quincy Crew get the Roche, then he buys the...
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, just look at Quincy Crew's lineup. Who the hell are they going to Roche with? Like, Tusk is their best Roche hero, probably. So he's just like, yeah, next Roche is ours. We're going to...
They do have a Desto on Yawar, so...
That's true. That's true. Dawnbreaker, the build, is a Roshing build. And he's going for that Blink Dagger next, so... That's going to help him get on top of these backliners, which there are 3 of on the cut.
Yeah.
These...
Yep, Dragon Tail from Quinn. Pops into his Elder Dragon form. Look at this CC onto Rygix. Pops that BKB. Avatos now to follow. MSS. He looks mega dead, but the Solar Guardian a little bit too late. Mystic Flare actually expended just to finish off the support Tusk. See if that ends up being a waste for the cut, as Scourge and company look to be retreating. And Roche is available.
There it is. He knew. He knew. It respawned instantly.
Yep, instant spawn. Acorn Shot gives a tiny bit of vision. And just trying to annoy Scourge. And we'll see it. Can Quincy do this twice in a row? And this time the cut are a little bit more prepared. And you can see Quinn on the Dragon. It's ending relatively soon, so they can kind of just wait this out if they want. Yeah, he's going to blink out to safety. I think this opens up the cut to actually finish off the Roshan number 2.
Quincy can't do... I mean, it feels hard for them to do anything.
Yeah, I don't think they can go anymore. Oh, he actually pops the BKB just to ensure that they...
Now he's got the airball. There we go.
Yeah, okay, easy. Easy 1,400 gold. DD.
Oh, DD. Where's that bottle at? There's no bottle. He's going to delete it.
Okay. Jubei. So Scourge with the Aegis, with the Shard. And yeah, he is kind of a raid boss right now.
He is.
I mean, they're pretty dependent on the Sharpshooter for now until a Silver Edge maybe comes out.
They are. And the nice thing about the BKB is that it actually, this one does purge the Sharpshooter because it's a basic dispel, and basic dispels take off Sharpshooter.
Yeah.
Not the case for Silver Edge, but there is no Silver Edge, at least from what I've seen. Yeah, none of these heroes are really Silver Edge buyers either.
I mean, you could go it on DK.
DK, yeah, I guess, but he's going for this Aghanim's Manta build, which is the new Rage.
Okay, talk to me about this, because that looks weird.
Yeah, you just make a Black Dragon illusion and send it to cut
Push waves.
Yeah, it's like the Axe. Remember the Axe Manta? It's like that.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah,
I miss those days.
Yeah, those were the good days. The offlaner would be the carry, and then eventually Axe just became a carry hero, which was very sad. That's when I was fine with it being nerfed. But yeah, man, the cut, like, they seemed confident from their item choices that their early game would, or that their late game would be stronger. At least that they would have a timing versus Quincy, and it sure looks that way.
Yeah.
Even though Quincy has a lead, technically, they don't have the momentum.
Oh, certainly not. But they are going to try to defend this tier 2 tower. You can see Quinn in the trees trying to backstab. As they lose the tower now, they're going to collapse. Jubei gets punched into the air. They're going to delete him right off the bat. They don't have the vision. Oh, they do. They actually finish him off. The curse was applied first, though. As Fata ends up wasting his ult. Quinn on the backline still. Solar Guardian. And look at that. They're wasting so much of the time of the BKB from Scourge McDuck. Reaper Scythe deletes Shaggy. And Yawar continuing his rampage, but Scourge is the one really doing the damage here. Avalanche from Rygix into the toss. Yawar trying to run away, but that toss finds him in the end. Double kill for Leslau. Gets off that Ghost Rod. The buyback came out from Shaggy with those boots of travel. You see Scourge getting extremely low. Still with the Aegis, though. They'll finally take it out. Another buyback from the Skywrath Mage. Question is, does Quincy crew want to continue? They get the Dragon Tail off, and it looks like they might want to retreat, potentially. Especially not with having that Reaper Scythe anymore. Bata's Eon Disc procs. And yeah, they're going to retreat completely. Fight would have been pretty good for Quincy. I mean, it actually did go pretty well.
Yeah,
but it would have been an all-out win if there wasn't an Aegis.
They're kiting Scourge very well in these fights and just going for the backliners. MSS even dropping the sentry in the tree to try to catch Jubei, which I'm not sure if that gave him vision for the jump, but regardless, they do get the jump onto the Winter Wyvern. And he's got that Ags. Okay.
That's the one.
That is so important for this game because this is the Bristle kiting item. Like, they can kick Bristle out and kill the Bristle when the team's not there to defend him, or they can kick him out and just focus on everybody else and then kill Bristle afterwards. Like, this is actually the biggest timing for Quincy that they've had in this game.
Is there any counter to this item? Like, Lincoln's does not block it.
I think it does.
Wait, it does block it?
Yeah, Lincoln's does block it.
Okay, that doesn't even make sense.
It's vector targeted now, remember.
Well,
so.
yeah. Why would that block it if it's vector targeted?
Because you target it on a unit now.
Oh, you have to click the unit
You
still?
click the unit still, yes.
Well, that's less fun. Quinn, they're going to find that opening onto Rygix. Pops that Manta style, gets punched in the edge. So much CC available to them as Scourge pops the BKB in the backline, just focusing on the Dawnbreaker for now. We can see the kick with the BKB onto Ryjix, onto the high ground. Leslau looks like they're going to be able to get that kill relatively easily, as Scourge kind of left to his own devices here. And Quinn just focusing on everybody else, but with that terrain walking, able to kite everybody to a high degree. So 2 dead for the cut as Quincy crew. There's another kick back into the fight. Solar Guardian getting Yawar back into the fight again. Starbreaker to follow with the hammer, and there's the Reaper Sight. Cold Embrace not going to be enough. So dead is Scourge, and a nice charge from...
He's got the kick.
And the kick, and the assist all over the place. This guy should be a football player. My goodness. 4-0. Quincy crew wins this fight big time.
Yeah, after kicking B-God off the team, the cut lose to kicking, ironically.
Yeah, that's right.
So, yeah, that's that was the big spike for Quincy, and they absolutely made it work. I mean, we saw 3 kicks in that fight. 2 on the Bristle and then 1 on Shaggy at the end there. Those 2 on the Bristle, I think, were very impactful to just kite while Quinn was attacking all of the backlines. This gameplay, or this game plan from Quincy to just ignore SMD until everybody else is dead. I mean, this is empowered entirely by the kicking.
Yeah.
The Solar Guardian even zoning a few heroes there, so that way they can focus on the Bristle.
And Leslau basically using Reaper Scythe right off cooldown. He didn't have that earlier. And
see, how many juicy stacks does he have? He's got 5.
Okay.
So that's 26 HP regen.
Yeah, Ryjix, BKB TP. He's just trying to kill off these waves. He does delay the push again, though.
Quinn
Octarine next,
yep.
Huh?
The Gunner. Right. That's the Gunner build.
Interesting.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's a whole lot of no damage. I'll tell you that much.
All you need is the DK for him, bro.
True. Avatos, Ryjix, okay. Leslau taking a lot of damage from the Mystic Flare, but it's a little bit of space here. As Quinn just focusing on Afro. That's going to be an easy cleanup for him. Solar Guardian from Yawar brings him back into the fight as Ryjix just stuck inside the tree line, just slowed perpetually. Double kill for Quinn. And it just looks like the cut just don't have enough damage outside this Bristleback, who's now kind of left alone as Shaggy TP's in. He's going to get gone on. Starbreaker takes him down to 20% HP. Triple kill for Quinn. And only 2 left for the cut as Quincy crew looking to take game number 1. And Scourge, you're right. This Black Dragon is really making life difficult on him.
He's getting a taste of his own medicine with the kiting, honestly.
Yep, true. Oh, the Abyssal Blade, Scourge, but there's the counter stun from Quinn. And now the focus onto the buildings.
Jubei still has Winter's Curse, I'm fairly sure. He's just waiting for the right opportunity.
Oh, looking for the kick back into the fight. Yep, that is a Reaper Sight, and that is a dead Scourge McDuck. 87 seconds. He is dead. A huge bushwhack onto 2, followed by the massive Starbreaker. And Quincy crew looking primed and ready to take game 1 as GGs are called.
I mean, it kind of ended abruptly. Quincy understood that if they can avoid the Bristle timing to the point where they have the items to actually kite him and kill the